Hey everybody, it's Mr. Christie.
And this is Stouticus.
Checking out week 5. So first game, Lords of Decay against bye week. And some unfortunate MVP. Well, okay, one's an okay MVP, but the other one's very unfortunate.
Yeah, more SBP on both gutters I don't think is what he would have wanted, but that's what he got.
Well, he got one on a legend player.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The other one bumped him up to a touchdown away from the next level, so I mean that's not the worst. So yeah, no real changes for them. They got some money. Clissy got a win.
Hey, that bumps him up to the towards the top of the table. He's now in top 5.
So first real game of the week, Oathblow versus Yield Guard, a 1-1 draw.
We had both backed the Nurgle in this one.
Yeah, not sure exactly what happened in this game. I didn't get to see it.
Neither did I, but looking at the stats, the Norse out removed the Nurgle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so that's how it was a tie, pretty much.
Actually, yeah. The Norse got really lucky with their injury dice. Because they made, how much is that? I need to math. 14 less blocks, but only one less armor break. And the armor breaks they did get were pretty good.
Yeah. Dio had really good KO rolls and one regen worked, but I don't know when those KOs came back. If that was like turn 16 wake up. So wouldn't really help all that much.
Yeah, and this Nurgle Warrior got a level from the MVP, and he hasn't picked a skill for him yet.
Yeah. I would assume if it's a normal, he's debating between guard and mighty blow.
Uh, I have to say it's kind of a difficult choice right now. He's got 4 guard
Yeah,
already.
because he does have a guard rotter, but who knows how long that actually is going to survive.
Yeah, Rotters don't last long.
Especially when they have guard, because you're sticking them up in the fight. Uh, because it's only got one level, I would probably go Mighty Blow, because you also only have 3 other Mighty Blow when you include the Beast. So I think accelerating that warrior's development, I think, is more important right now.
And if you rolled, say, doubles, would you go, like, dodge? Or just stick with Mighty Blow?
I'd probably ignore a double. It's still too early, I think. Just because Blodge, I mean, is nice to have, but again, you need guard, stand firm to really finish that piece. And it's going to take a while to get there, as I've leveled a warrior to level 5 without Mighty Blow, and that is a very long haul. So I would probably skip it if it was a double at this point.
Fair enough.
Like taking it 4th on Lord uh, Dogo, the block guard, Mighty Blow, then dodge, I can understand, because that's far enough along, but still, that's about when I would take it on any warrior.
Yeah, it makes sense. Next game up, Dev Wrestler Society versus Revenge of the Referees. Another tie, 1-1.
Yep, and we each picked a different side in this contest, and were rewarded with a tie.
Oh, but the Saurus got a level. And he got dodged.
Got dodged, which is very nice for that Saurus. Lodge Guard.
I'm going to assume his next level will be Break Tackle after that. Just to synergize with the dodge well.
Or Stand Firm.
Either way, he'll be more mobile. Or annoying to deal with. He's more annoying to deal with now.
Definitely. Surprisingly, that this was only a tie, but the Chaos...
Oh yeah, the Chaos...
Chaos did Chaos thing.
Chaos with Claw is very dangerous for Armor 9.
Yeah. So, but I guess most of those probably happened in the second half when Chaos was receiving or something.
Oh,
as to why it's a 1-1 tie.
So I noticed something. So Revenge of Referees inflicted 5 injuries. At the end of the game, the Lizardmen only had 3 injuries. So Draenor induced a Apo.
Okay. I mean,
I don't think that's a bad choice. It clearly worked out.
Yeah. That's not...
It's just, normally when you induce an Apo, that means more KOs happen.
Usually.
Yeah,
but it's not a bad call when you're facing Chaos as an Armor 9 team with Claw.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a bad choice. It's just one you don't see as often.
Yeah.
But it's a fair choice. Next up. Okay, this is a game I didn't quite get to see. I got to saw a little bit of it, but Foul Targets versus the Commodious Thunder. 2-2 draw.
It's a little bit of a surprising result. We both had backed the Wood Elves in this. I shouldn't say surprising. I could have seen either team winning this. I would have expected the Wood Elves to come out on top most of the time, but not when the Chorfs did what they did.
Oh, interestingly, that lineman that leveled got guard. That's pretty good.
So both War Dancers from Foul Targets were injured in this game. The sacking War Dancer was just MNG'd, but the Blitzer with Mighty Blow tackles that Fen Dauntless got armor busted and is now retired. So now Foul Targets has a brand new shiny War Dancer.
Personally, I would have kept that War Dancer with the armor bust.
Yeah, so would I. It's way too developed and way too good to... Armor 6 sucks, but I would have kept using it until it died.
Armor only matters if you actually get hit.
Yeah.
Just hopefully get hit and it never happens.
Yeah, hopefully you're not putting your dancers in position to get hit all that much. So you could have potentially kept it alive longer than you might think. If anything, it acts like a big magnet that says, blitz me, I'm armor 6, and leave the rest of my team alone.
Yeah, it's kind of like, against, like, bash teams, it's like a reverse wave for my tree men. where they're kind of the magnet to the bash teams instead of the halflings.
Yeah,
Because they just want to be that person that takes down the tree, you know?
because they're the kind of team that has the tools to do it, but yeah, that's still a trap.
Yeah. So, I mean, I heard that this game was kind of a dicing for both sides. From what I saw, it actually did look like the Chaos Dwarfs at the start didn't have that good of dice, but then the second half, the Wood Elves didn't have good dice.
Okay, I can see that with the removals and then also the score kind of tells you that. Wolf Rammerjack's actually got 2 levels, both on his bulls, so his Strength 5 Break Tackle bull now has Mighty Blow, and his just block Mighty Blow bull now has Break Tackle. So 2 very mobile blitzers.
Yeah, he's gonna. Wolf Rammerjack is clearly proven to be a big threat this season.
Yeah.
After that super cushy start.
Oh, you wish you could have started the season with a bye week.
You know what? I would after what happened in my first week. Where I lost 5-0. So, yeah. Bye week would have been better than that.
Well, yeah.
Next game. Scary Squad versus Channel 8 News Team. Another 1-1 draw.
We both picked the Skaven in this one.
Yeah, it seems this week everyone just wants to tie.
Yeah. Some weeks are like that. All the games end up being tied, or then they're all very decisive. It kind of clumps together. I've noticed that.
So the Channel 8 News team, their blocker leveled and got Mighty Blow from the MVP, and the Skaven MVP got Wrestle from that.
Yeah. What's interesting is that the Skaven outblocked the Bretonians by 30 blocks. 63 to 33.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
And got a lot more removals. You're talking about a team that doesn't have Frenzy, so you're not generating two sets of blocks every time. But yeah, I mean, surprising that the Brett team held up as well as they did, kind of, with that onslaught of blocks, and not really having the ball all that long, only 12%.
Jeez, this is the amount of blocks.
And that was
like my halflings when they don't get taken out. They usually get a lot of blocks.
And that must have been a steal because it was all in the Rats' side of the pitch, too, from the ball possession from the Bretts. So they got in there and stole it and scored quickly.
Oh, and the Rats used a fireball, too. Hit 5 players. 2 got hurt. I don't know what happened there after that.
Probably helped with the Rats score, I would think.
Yeah, you'd think, though, with that bench ball possession and a Wizard doing that, the Rats would have scored their touchdown, though.
They could have done that without seeing the game. Maybe the Bretts got a blitz and were able to get the ball off the Rats and score quickly. And then when the Brets received in the second half, the Rats fireballed them, took the ball away, and scored, and just couldn't score again. Or the fireball stopped the Brets from scoring a second time, but the Rats couldn't respond.
Could be that.
With their own score. But both teams got some level ups out of it. As you already said, the blocker that got the MVP got Mighty Blow. There's a blitzer that I believe got Pro
On the
Mighty Blow block tackle.
I don't know if I don't think it would have gone Pro on that one though. Not like that.
Yeah, it was Pro.
I think it's a weird choice actually.
Greed blocks on your main blitzer. I kind of understand it.
Well,
it's like
it's not bad. It's not like he decided to give him dirty player.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like you're building a orc blitzer. You know, after they get Mighty Blow, piling on, tackle, what do they usually get? If they roll a normal, it's usually Pro. But the Rats got 3 levels of their own. Their Claw Mighty Blow piling on blitzer that already has jump up rolled another double and got horns.
That is, you know what? That's just the scariest. That's probably the scariest Skaven blitzer I've ever seen.
But by getting that double, it means potentially that you're getting tackle on that piece at legend, which is a very long way away.
Doesn't matter. He's gonna get all the casualties with the claw and the jump up and the mighty blow and the piling on. And he doesn't need as many assists for the blitzes.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. Unassisted blitzes, of course. And also the movement 10 got a runner leveled.
And I'm assuming he got sprint.
I was just going to ask, can you guess what they picked? Yeah, it's sprint. So now there's a natural one-turner.
I mean, like, even doubles, you only get, like, 2 heads at that point.
Oh, yeah, if it was a double, I'd take 2 heads before sprint. But what Console really needs to do is get his other Storm Vermin some touchdowns. He only needs 12 SPP to get Mighty Blow, and then you have another Claw Mighty Blow tackle piece.
Yeah, this gaming team's really coming up strong now.
That Vermin's been sitting there on 19 SPP for a few weeks now.
Well, it's because the other one keeps taking it all.
Oh, I understand why. I understand why you're blitzing with Stormy Daniel instead of Strom Waffle, but Waffle needs some love.
Next up is Brick and Mortary versus the Elder Statesman. 2-0 for Brick and Mortary. And not Nobla. His name's right there. Urgroth.
It's the orc chainsaw.
Yeah, that guy I never see. Stole the MVP.
Yeah, this is one you correctly predicted. I should actually, when predicting these fiction games, I should actually look at to see whether fiction has home field, because he's got the Knuffles Altar, because this allowed him to take the chainsaw and
everyone should take Knuffles Altar. It's like I've been saying, everyone take Knuffles Altar.
So he took the chainsaw and bomber, dribble snot, so he had 2 secret weapons.
I assume he didn't use Bombardier though. Oh, maybe he did. He's got 3 pass attempts. And he's got Okay, he did use the bomb because there's 8 impact of the bomb rolls.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
I was trying to.
you're a madman for throwing the bomb against elves.
Well, I was actually trying to look at the elf stats to see how many passes they had because they tried 3. So I wanted to see if they were trying to throw the bombs back, but those looked like they were actually throwing the ball.
Yeah, I just realized I was also looking at the elf team there. But impact, I think, is them rolling their own injuries basically.
Yeah.
It should really be the other way around. I don't know why they do it like that. It should be the other way around.
But it seemed like Dribble Snot paid off a little bit, getting some elves down. Or
Yeah. Not very many blocks this game, too. Only 25 for the Orcs.
it looks like the elves were pretty good at dodging this game. Yeah, right on par.
Yeah.
83%. So they weren't failing many, so they were able to get away from the Orcs, only keeping them to 1 or 2 blocks a turn, which is how you're going to survive against Orcs as an elf team.
Interestingly, though, the elves were the only ones that caused the casualty. And it's only on Mortary.
I was going to say, it's on the Goblin, and they do have a Mighty Blow tackle piece, the elves do. Although that didn't get the Kaz. What got the Kaz? Huh. The G5 lineman got the Kaz. Who leveled from this game and got leap, so now it's Agi 5, dodge, wrestle, leap.
Yeah, he's gonna be a good ball sacker. Actually, I feel like the dodge just slowed down his ball sacking ability.
Yeah, I would have really been tempted to go right with wrestle and then leap.
Yeah.
And kind of skip dodge, but I understand dodge also has a defensive skill too.
I mean, wrestle's also a defensive skill.
Yes. Yes, it is. The strength 4 leaping blitzer also got leveled and got tackle, so that's another backup cage diver for this
I think he's more
high elf team.
He's more the damaging elf.
Yeah, but he's
rather than just going straight for the ball, he's going straight for your player you're protecting.
That's why I said backup, because he's essentially a war dancer.
With plus strength.
With plus strength. I meant that he has block and leap, so it's not and tackle, so it's not exactly the ideal sacker build, but it's still a very good piece.
And I believe the Orcs also got a level on a black orc.
Yeah, I think he took Mighty Blow, but I'm double checking that. Yeah, he took Mighty Blow.
That's fair. He's the one that's just gonna start leveling up more.
Well, he has 2 with block and guard.
Yeah.
And then he has another one that just has block, but it's an MVP away from level. So I understand taking Mighty Blow, get a little more punch, because besides the troll, he only had 1 blitzer that had Mighty Blow piling on, and that was it. So he needs a little bit more punch to help deal with both Agi teams and in the Bash matchups too.
And last game up, Dazed and Confused versus My Dixie Wrecked. 2-1 for Dazed and Confused.
This is the only game I correctly predicted all week.
Yeah, I feel like it's my fault My Dixie Wrecked is not doing super well.
Oh, it's completely your fault.
All right, I'll accept,
100%.
I accept the blame.
100%.
I accept the blame.
But they have had a little bit of a rough season. They have lost a really well-developed catcher. They still have their natural one-turner catcher, so...
What our catcher do you
And a
need?
strength. And a strength 6 ogre and 4 really well-developed blitzers, so it's still in very good shape. It hasn't been beaten up, but they just haven't really had that much success yet this season.
And I see Nurgle Warrior and Pestigore leveled. And that's about it, not much else.
Yeah, the Warrior got stand firm, and the Pestigore just got block because it was his first level. I possibly would have went with Wrestle on that Pestigore because you don't have a sacking Pestigore yet.
Yeah, I'd also on the Wrestle. I like that more.
And you only have 3 Pestigores, but he's got 2 Rotters with Wrestle, so I understand not needing it quite yet. Also, the killer Pestigore that he does have is movement busted, so maybe he's going to try and remake the killer.
Oh, maybe. That's an idea.
That's really the only thing I could think of with taking block first there.
Well, and then just block is a good skill anyways.
I meant over wrestle.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. In this game, it just seems like Nurgle did what Nurgle do. Got 8 removals
Maybe
to 3.
It'd just be more interesting if Nurgle did like elf things. And elf did like Nurgle things. So all the teams mix up what you do.
Well, the Nurgle did do elf things. They had 100% on their dodging, they had 80% on their catching, and they had 100% on passing.
Yeah, but they got 50% on pickup. That's not very elfy.
No, it's not. But I mean, dodging, catching, and throwing the ball, all over 80%. That's pretty elfy for an Agi 3 mostly team. And that's also pickups with Agi 4 sure hands, I would expect. So that's really bad.
Alright, so let's take a quick look at the leaderboard here. So up top is still foul targets.
Even with their tie this week, they remain undefeated.
Yeah, and then right behind him, though, is the Capotes Thunder. Just 2 points behind. Or, no. Never mind, I can't do math right now in my head.
It's 2 points.
Is it 2 points?
Yeah.
It is 2 points. I can't do math in my head.
It's 11 to 13.
I got this, okay. And behind him is Ye Olde Guard and Dazed and Confused. The Nurgle are just copying each other.
I mean, they're 2 pretty strong teams right now with the rest of this division, so, you know, not surprised to see them having some earlier success.
And behind him is Lords of Decay with that space in front.
Does that drive you nuts?
It does now that I've noticed it.
Now
Brick and
that you
mortar
see
behind.
everything, now that you see everything in line.
It's just that one thing poking out. Brick and mortar in sixth place. Dead Wrestler Society in seventh place. And the Elder States in also seventh place, eighth place. I am not. I have not checked the touchdown differential.
Would you be surprised if I said the foul targets were leading in touchdown differential?
No, I would not be surprised. Usually, the one in front, in the very front, is doing the best in that.
Not always,
Usually,
but you
winning
but
means
you can usually count.
you go up in touchdowns. So
Yeah, but it could be only he could only have a 4 touchdown differential because he's won 4 games, all by 1 point actually, or no, but one was by multiple points.
next up is Scurry Squad and Channel 8 News Team. Both tied point wise. I'm not even looking at touchdowns right now.
Oh no, it's too early to do that, really.
And we got Revenge of the Referees. Yeah, and then My Dixie Wrecked, who I think, as I've said, I've taken blame for this, that I put them there by saying they would win every game. So it's my fault.
Yep, so Archie, you can direct all your hate mail towards Mr. Christie.
And Oathblow at the bottom.
So we're 5 games in out of a 13, a little bit over a third of the way through. I guess last week would have been roughly a third of the season. It's starting to separate a little bit, and at the top three or four, haven't pulled away from the rest of the division, but it's starting to look like who's going to probably be vying for the playoff and Challenger Cup spots.
Yeah. So let's make our predictions for next week. So I think Channel 8 News Team wins their game. Score will be 1-0 for them.
I don't know. I think that bye week, that admin team is due for a win. They're on a 5-game losing streak. I think they're gonna come out really pissed off and want to get a win. No.
Yeah, but can they do it with just one ogre?
I think they can. Why not?
It's not Morgan Thorpe. It can't just do everything.
How do you know?
It's not Hugh Jackman. It's not Hugh Jackman. That's it. It's not Hugh Jackman.
You're a stunty coach. Come on, you should believe in the ogre. That the ogre can do everything.
No, I believe in the stunties can do stuff sometimes.
An ogre doesn't qualify.
An ogre's not stunty. It's an ogre. Yeah, I mean, come on, look at this. Look at this ogre. He's got nothing. So first real game, the Commodious Thunder and the Eldar Statesman. So they are going in.
But his name, he's got the best name. The ogre is named Karg Kneecapper. Come on. That's a
not,
great name.
It's no huge Jackman. So we got Commodious Thunder versus the Elder Statesman. Yeah, they're about even with team value after loaners. The Commodious Thunder is the underdog, though, by 30K.
Well, the Statesmen, the High Elves, do have 50
okay,
extra in the
that,
bank.
yeah.
But either way, this should be a relatively even game. It depends on whether one of them wants to scum some sort of inducement.
Actually, I just say for the Elves, I feel like he just does not care for the thrower because he hasn't bought one yet.
Yeah, it could be. I've never really seen, as I've said before, I've never really seen a high elf team without one, but it doesn't seem like he.
I'm also not a high elf coach. So I don't know if maybe the thrower's not worth it and we're just overhyping it.
I don't know. I don't think there's as much, debate like other throwers on other teams, like a Skaven thrower or a Norse thrower, as to whether you should have it.
Well, I mean, the Norse thrower you should definitely not take. Just generally, it does. You're just not paying that much for a team that doesn't have a good catcher. Or
yeah,
it's not worth it because the Norse do not have a proper catcher.
Exactly, but on a high elf team, you can have 4 catchers plus everybody is at G4, so it kind of pays to have a thrower, but doesn't want to use one, doesn't need to use one. If it doesn't fit the play style that he goes for, I honestly haven't watched any of his games, so I don't know. He might be more aggressive and not the sit back in the backfield holding the ball play style that you see from high elves and pro elves usually.
I'm gonna give this one to the Commodious Thunder though. I think they're just on a tear, and even if they don't win, I don't think there's gonna be much of the Elder Statesmen's after.
Took my pick. Yep, I was gonna go with Wolfram Ajax too. Took care of the Wood Elves.
Yeah, the Wood Elves. I didn't think were gonna
pretty well.
I mean, I picked the Wood Elves last week, so I thought they were gonna win.
Yeah, and the Thunder holding them to a tie is
a 2-2 tie.
Is as much of a win as a tie can be for them. So I think they might be able to handle these high elves as well.
Next up, the Revenge of the Referees versus My Dixie Wrecked. So the inducement is going to be Revenge as the underdogs by 30K.
Yeah, just barely. Again, another pretty even matchup, which is always nice to see. I don't really like games where inducements play a huge part.
I think it depends on the team. I think it depends on
non-stunty teams. Teams not designed around inducements.
Yeah, that's fair. But even then, I'm pretty sure it's mostly goblins and halflings. Ogres usually don't get... Ogres cost too much to get the inducements, really.
Weird stunty team that actually kind of bloats pretty quickly.
So...
I'm going to go with the Chaos in this one.
I was also going to go with the Chaos, just because...
Come on, you don't want to keep backing the humans? I'm sure they would love your continued support.
Yeah, I think the Captain Bubsy has this. I got no vendetta against him anymore. Uh,
I think you do because he hasn't had the best of seasons so far. So
no,
I
no, I
think
don't have a
you've
vendetta
also
against.
kind of
I have a new vendetta against someone. Which reminds me, I have to get the bounty board ready. So yeah, yeah. I think the claw mighty blow is gonna get through. I think the guard's gonna cover a lot. It's nice for my Nixie Rep that they have a lot of tackle, but it doesn't matter for this game at all.
yeah. That's all just bloat for this game. In a world if these human blitzers do work, if the ogre can do work, I could see my Dixie Rec winning. Um, especially with the natural one turner that they have, but I think it's going to be an uphill fight for them.
Okay, I want someone to let me
And
know if this natural one turner does a natural one turn, because I actually want to see that with this. Someone let me know about that. Yeah, well, yeah. So Revenge the Referee, it's my pick. It's your pick. It happens.
gotta stop agreeing.
We'll find something. I mean, you're gonna have a hard time on this choice. Yield Guard versus Dazed and Confused, the Nurgle Mirror.
Yeah. Can I say the Nurgle will win?
You gotta be more specific.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
The Nurgle will win.
Gotta be more specific.
This one actually is a pretty close and hard to call, actually. There is some debate already in the Discord as to whether this game will be played or not. Hopefully it is, and they can squeeze it in. So there might be an extension for this week coming, depending on when exactly they can get it scheduled, if they can, because Yeo is going on vacation.
Maybe you just didn't want to
So
play
they,
Nurgle this week.
I don't think so. Because honestly, when you think of Nurgle, especially at 1900, you would think, oh, it's really scary. They have Mighty Blow and Claw everywhere, and neither of these teams really have that. They have a little bit, but they don't have a lot. Like, Dazed and Confused has a Mighty Blow Claw piece and a Mighty Blow Warrior, and then Yeo, I believe, doesn't even have a killer pest. Yeah, he's got a Mighty Blow Frenzy Pestigore and a Mighty Blow Warrior, and that's it. So it's not as much bash as you would typically think of when you hear 1900 Nurgle.
All right, so we're gonna get an elf off against in the Nurgle game.
It's possible there's an Agi 4 involved with Dazed and Confused.
All right, so if this is an elf off, I want to know. Although, well, it'll probably be too late.
Yeah, Dazed and Confused will get a little bit in terms of inducements. There's still 2 level choices for Yield Guard to make, so that's 40. Or no, 1, sorry, so that's 20. They have 30 in the bank, so 50. Dazed and Confused is getting 50k. I think I'm leaning towards Dazed and Confused.
I'm gonna pick the Nurgle. Just so we're different on this one, I'll pick Yield Guard.
I'm going with the Strength 6 Beast, the Agi 4 Blodge Ball Carrier. Yeah, Yeah. That's why I'm siding more with Dazed and Confused on this one.
I think Yayo's got this. I think he knows the Nurgle matchup very well. I have no proof of that. I just think that.
Oh, I was about to say, if you have proof of that, okay. But I mean,
I can get proof of that.
It's hard. Yeah, I'm already on it. It's hard to.
There is no results. This is his first Nurgle mirror.
Oh wow, okay, that completely invalidates what I was gonna say. It's gonna kind of be hard to get this far, to be this developed and not have played another Nurgle team with how much Nurgle there is, especially in the higher divisions.
There's a lot of Nurgle in REL.
In the higher divisions, because it's a long-lasting team, and if you're playing them to play for a while with that team. Well, Dazed and Confused has played 2 Nurgle teams, and they've both ended in a 1-1 draw. Not surprising, but...
Alright, so I'm going to back Yield Guard, but I think it's going to be a tie anyways. But I'm putting all my money for this game onto Yield Guard, though.
Yeah, if I was actually putting money on this, I'd bet that it was going to be a tie over one team winning versus the other. But I'm going to back Dazed and Confused because I'm going to pick one. I'm not going to pick for a tie like you do.
I'm not picking for a tie. I just think it's going to happen.
I know, you just haven't done that yet, but you did that a couple times last season.
I did it once, and I gave specific scores. Next up is Lords of Decay versus Brick and Mortary. I mean, these Skaven are very good, and they're well rested now.
They're giving up inducements to the orcs, though.
Ooh. They're at
100.
I was looking to see which stadium they're at, because Fiction knows how to do it and got Neffel's Altar.
Yeah, and he's getting 100k, so that would have been enough to do his usual induce secret weapons, but no, they're at Christie Stadium.
Yeah, the boring one.
Let me guess, is it? Yeah, it's a squig sandwich shop.
The boring kind.
The saving your team and the game kind.
Yeah, boring. So, Fiction's got a good amount of tackle. Whoops. Although, Christie has a vice president of local Lonk, however you pronounce that. It's tough to say.
Oh yeah, his killer vermin.
Yeah.
Yeah, to go along with the natural 1-turner and movement 10, agi 5. I don't. Besides the rats just getting out removed, I don't see how this team doesn't win. I get that with the natural 1-turner, you're almost guaranteed a tie, which is why
that's how Felicity plays.
Yeah, I know, and I was just gonna say, and that's because that's evident in the fact that he has 3 ties. But I think the team should be winning more too, though, with the skills and the players that team has.
I think what Khaleesi should be doing is kind of like my... I guess he doesn't have the players to guarantee it, but make sure you start with the ball and score like turn 8. and then try and slow them down in the second half. And then if they score, then you just get your natural one-turner to score, and then you're up by 1.
Yeah, the problem with that is if you're trying to stall as rats,
Yeah.
you might lose your whole team.
I mean, it works for halflings. You just need more players.
You mean a full team of 16 pieces?
I don't get that.
Yeah,
normally.
it works. You don't have 14 rostered players and 2-star players?
Nah, I don't always get 2-star players.
Okay, a roster of 15 then?
No, I don't. I don't have a roster of 15. I never go over 14.
Well, I meant you go into then you always induce deep root. So then you have 15 almost always.
Almost always, but not always.
Yeah, getting through 15 is a lot harder to get through than 11.
Yeah. So maybe Christie should just get like a really big bench. He's got the money right now.
Yeah, but that's just giving up more inducements to any
giving
team
up
he
inducements
plays.
to everyone.
He'd be giving up a lot more if he had a 14-player bench.
I think he'd do better with 14 players. Because you should try doing 14 players this week. If that doesn't work, you'll probably get a tie anyways. That's just my suggestion. I think I'm gonna go for Christie though if he does that. I'm picking Christie, but he's gotta go.
Okay.
He's gotta get 2 more linemen.
So is this one of your famous conditional ones? If he doesn't, then are you going to go for fiction?
I'm going to pick him anyways, but he should listen to me.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go with fiction. Because if this game doesn't end in a tie, I feel like he's going to actually come away with the win. But I assume that this game is going to be a tie.
I mean, Christie is famous for making ties.
Yeah. Which is easy to do with his team.
Next up, Oathblow versus Scurry Squad. So, Scurry Squad. How low are they right now? Ooh, I think Scurry Squad is getting some inducements this game.
Yeah, 190.
Yeah, that's a good amount of inducements. Because it's a wizard.
Yeah, that should be a definite wizard for them.
Ooh, and Oathblow is only going to be 11 players.
Yeah, and Scurry Squad has that insane Storm Vermin now. The Claw, Mighty Blow, Jump Up, piling on horns. So it can hit any piece, any Norse piece that it wants. The Claw and the other Storm Vermin isn't really going to do much unless you're hitting Ulfs and Yetis with it.
What Yeti?
Oh, yeah, they don't have a Yeti. Never mind. Unless you're going to hit the Ulf. Yeah, it's still only hit. Oh, no, he's got 2 now. I'm going to go with Scurry Squad on this one.
I'm also going to go Scurry Squad. They've been kind of a dark horse winner. I guess they're not as dark horse now because we're both just picking them.
I mean, they're towards the bottom of the standings.
Yeah, I think they're gonna really jump up. I think they're gonna finish like not playoffs position, but they'll do pretty good this season.
Yeah, right now they're 9th. I wouldn't be surprised if they get up to 5 or 6 by the end of the season. Because that is a rapidly developing very scary team
Yeah, it's getting
to
pretty
play
good.
against.
And we've got that
Yeah.
natural one-turner, which we mentioned with Calisthi's team, is very, very dangerous.
Yeah, and now he has that piece as well, not as well developed, but is still a natural one-turner. So
Yeah.
unless the Norse just are able to remove a player every turn, I don't see them winning.
And now they're going to remove a player every turn.
Probably.
You might want to... Console, you might want to get like an extra lineman now, just in case. Just one, so you can still get that wizard at a reasonable price. And last game of the week, Dead Wrestler Society versus Foul Targets. So, Foul Targets is going to be the underdog this game.
Yeah, that's what happens when you miss...
When you lose 2 War Dancers.
2 level 5 and a level 6 War Dancer. As I said, he was when we were covering last week's games. He did replace that one armor busted one with a rookie, so he does have a War Dancer for this game, but 8 elves, so he's gonna get 3 loners. Draenar's gonna have a loner skink too, because he's only got 10.
I think Draenor should actually buy a skink.
Yeah, he's sitting on 200k, so
he should just buy a skink. Why deal with the loner?
Yeah. Plus, he should probably get one anyway, so that he has a little bit of a bench. So you might as well buy it now when you've got the money.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is. I think this is Draenor's week. He has to deal with. He only has to deal with a rookie War Dancer. I mean, agility 5 catchers are dumb, but he's got some tackle.
He has an Agi 5 leaping catcher and an Agi 5 thrower.
That thrower's not going to help him much. I don't think that thrower's going to win him the game. It might actually. I'm still back in Draenor though. I think Draenor's got this week. This is Draenor's week for it. He's going to put the first loss on Foul Targets.
Yeah, I honestly think this is going to be a very tough week for Jeff and Foul Targets. He's got to learn to play without those 2 overpowered War Dancers that he had.
He has no tackle to hit the agility 4 skink.
Yeah, he's got no tackle, or no mighty blow tackle specifically, which is what both War Dancers had. So if he wins, this isn't going to be through casualties or skink hunting, unless you're just getting completely lucky on your Kaz dice. Pows still happen, but it's less likely.
Just remember, Draenor, very important, Draenor. Try to keep your lizards away from the tree.
But he's got a Crocs and 5 guard. Come on.
No, just Draenor. Leave the tree alone.
It should be said that Draenor only has 2 tackle too. I mean, it's better than none, but he doesn't have a lot of tackle.
Hitting armor 7, he's likely to knock him down.
Yeah.
I'm still going to go with Draenor. I think this is his week. Also, watch out for a wizard.
Oh yeah, I think that's definitely coming. That's really the only inducement that makes a lot of sense with this, especially for this week. You know what? Because I backed them to win the division. Keep going with foul targets. I think it's going to be a very tough game, and the dice will need to be on their side a little bit. But
actually,
I think
if Draenor actually buys the skink, he doesn't have to deal with a wizard.
if he buys a skink, he's at 17.
Yeah, but he's also got 500 from the bank.
Whether he buys a skink or he... Wait, yeah.
Oh, no, it won't matter no matter what. Still buy the skink, though.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, so...
Yeah, if you take off the 50k, like he'll be going into the game 1,700, but he's also got that 50k money from the bank.
Yeah.
So you take away that 50k to replace that loaner, then he only goes up by like he'll only end up going up by 10k.
10. He'd be at 1650.
Yeah.
Which is 80. Which means the Wood Elves are 80 behind, and Foul Targets only has 10, so they only have 90.
Yeah, so they'll only be able to get a Bloodweiser Babe too.
Yeah, they can't get a wizard unless Draenor goes nuts and buys 2 skinks.
It might be tempting, but don't do that, Draenor. You don't want to deal with a wizard. That wizard might hit your agility 4 skink. Which honestly, that's a fantastic piece, even though it's niggled. So you really don't want that wizard to hit it.
That niggle provides insulation. So he's now immune to lightning bolts.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
That's how that works, right?
It depends on which niggle you get. There's 2 of them. Oh, he's got the smash knee though. That makes lightning work twice as better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the other one that you want.
Okay.
I'm still gonna come up with insulation here.
I know. I was just joking because it seems like, especially stunties, skinks in particular, that get niggled just end up living forever as opposed to dying horribly like you would expect them to, especially if they have doubles and stats.
No, they just live longer than you think. Because you expect everyone to target them. So that's this week. How many times have we actually picked the same team?
This week was only 3 times.
Oh, okay. So half of them.
So half, yeah. Which is what we're averaging at this point.
You guys gotta be more decisive on who we pick. You gotta make it harder for us to pick.
Because they determine the schedule. and how those teams go into the next matchup.
So till next week, see you guys.
See you guys.